Okay, now we move to the engineering ethics topics, right? So basically, for the ethics consists of or divided into two parts. The first one is microethics, and the second one is macroethics. All right, so microethics is defined as personal decisions about ethical situation in life and careers. And basically, microethics can be divided into two. The first one is the individual ethics, and the second one is professional ethics. So basically, for the individual ethics, we can classify into honesty, integrity, and also fairness. Whereas for the professional ethics, it consists of competency, adherence to safety, and ensuring quality. All right, so this is very important when you are designing certain parts, certain medical device. So you have to consider about the individual ethics and also the professional ethics to ensure that during the design and also the development of the medical device, so it will not cause any harm to the user, to the patients, and also to the technicians, and also to the environment. So this is very important. So it is a combination of the individuals and also the professional ethics. All right. So the second engineering ethics, which is the macro ethics, which is the collective responsible responsibility of engineering profession and societal decision about technology. So this is about the collective decision, so the collective responsibility of certain professional ethics body. So for this engineering, so we have one professional body that govern the engineering ethics. So in Malaysia, it is known as a Board of Engineers in Malaysia, right? So I believe that you have learned about the engineering and society subject. So I believe that you have learned about the professional conduct and also the professional ethics for the engineering professional. So basically, if you look back from that board of engineering body, which is under Engineering Act. So for each individual who want to practice the engineering professional, then you have to register under the Board of Engineering Malaysia before you can practice your professional practice, engineering practice. So that's why after you have graduated, and if you want to work on engineering firm as an engineer, then it is obligation for you to register as a engineering graduates before you can practice your competency or your professional practice as an engineer. All right. So basically, for the microethics, it consists of two elements. The first one is a professional ethics. So this can be a product liability, so environmental protection, and also public welfare. And the second element for the microethics is a societal ethics. So it is consists of sustainable development and also bioethics. You have to consider these two elements in microethics. So basically, if you look in a whole pictures, so engineering ethics, it is consists of coming from the starting from the individual ethics, and after that it expanded into the societal, and also professional. So based on these two elements, so we believe that by having this engineering ethics, so whatever service, whatever device that we have developed will give a very significant positive impact in the patient. So we are targeting to give to improve the quality of life of the patient by giving the good service. in terms of the medical device that we design and we produce, so that it can give a significant good implication to the patient. So maybe we can lessen the suffering, and also at the same time we can improve the quality of health of the patient. Right. So basically, in general, so the moral responsibility of engineers arise from special knowledge possessed by individual in the professions. So the professional ethics covers professional relationship between engineers, other individuals who are their managers, their clients, their colleagues and employers. So the role of engineering industry and other organization, professional engineering society, and responsibilities of the profession. So usually, so the professional and personal responsibility is represented in code of ethics, which are covered under professional competencies and in that organization. So basically, you can check if you are the members of the Board of Engineers Malaysians, then you can check what is the professional conduct or professional code of ethics that should be done by the professional members under that organization. So this basically is a responsibility to ensure the well-being, the safety of the user, and also the environment, and also the society. All right, now we move to the next topics, which is beneficent and non-beneficents. So these are very important as biomedical engineers for you to decide the best solution for your patient or for your subject when you are developing your medical device. All right. So now we look at the basic definitions for the main beneficent and non-maleficents. So basically, beneficent and non-maleficent is two moral norms that have remained relatively constant across the various moral codes and codes that have been formulated for healthcare delivers since the beginnings of Western medicine in classical Greek civilization, and namely beneficent and also non-maleficents. So basically, beneficent can be briefly explained as the provision or providing of benefits or doing goods, whereas non-maleficent is the act that avoid of doing harm to the patient. So the keywords for beneficent is doing good, whereas the keywords for non-maleficent is the avoidance of doing harm, doing good and the avoidance of doing harm. All right, so this is very important that you need to remember. And now we look one by one. The first one, we look at the beneficents. All right, so basically beneficent means actively doing good or providing benefits to the patients. So this beneficent involve promoting the well-being, health and welfare of patients. So the action taken under beneficent include treatments, intervention and care intended to help heal or improve the patient condition. The example for beneficents, uh, administering medication to cure infection or providing comfort to his suffering. So this is the example. For example, you give a patient paracetamol, so that maybe by giving that medication, maybe we can lessen the effect of fever. We can reduce the temperature, so that your patient can feel a good condition, and maybe by giving that medication also, maybe it can prevent from something bad that happen to the patient. For example, if you're not giving the paracetamol to the patient, maybe the temperature will rise, and after that, maybe so maybe it can cause convulsion to the patient, especially for the baby. So that's why it's very important for us to give early medication, eh, such as paracetamol to the baby during fever, so that we can avoid convulsion happen to the baby. All right, so this is the example of the beneficiation, which is you are doing good or providing benefits to the patient. All right. Now we move to the non-malfeasance. So non-malfeasance means do no harm. So the goal of non-malfeasance is to avoid causing injury, suffering, or harm to the patient. So this activity requires health care providers to carefully consider the risk and avoid action that might cause unnecessary harm. So this non-malfeasance often involves weighing the potential benefits of the treatment against the possible harm or side effect. For example, so not prescribing a medication that has a high risk of dangerous side effect. If safe, safer alternative exists. So this is the considered of non-malfeasance. So you prescribing a certain medication that has a lower risk or lower side effect eh, to the patient. All right. If you think that that medication will give higher side effect, then you choose an option that has having lower side effect. So this is known as a malfeasance. All right. Now we look at the relationship between the two, between the beneficent and non-malfeasance. All right. All right. So beneficent encourage providers to act in ways that help patient, while non-malfeasant reminds them to avoid action that might hurt patient. All right. So sometimes this principle can conflict, like when a treatment that could help a patient also has a serious risk. So this quite difficult decision to make. So then the healthcare providers must carefully balance between these ethical duties. And you have to look at the necessary to do that activities and the implication if you choose to conduct that kind of activities. So, for example, euthanasia, where the intention to relieve suffering, which is considered as a beneficent, may conflict with the risk of causing harm or ending life. Non-maleficent. As you know, that euthanasia is the process of intentionally ending someone's life to reduce suffering of pain. So if you look this, if you choose euthanasia, it consists of a division of beneficent and non-beneficent. So the first here, where the intention of relief suffering is considered as beneficent, but at the same time, it has conflict with the risk of causing or ending someone's life, which is non-beneficent. So this one is you are trying to give doing good to the patient by giving or by relieving the suffering or pain. At the same time, you need to consider the doing no harm, which is non-malfeasance to the patient, which is uh, the risk of doing euthanasia may causing harm or ending someone's life. So you need to balance between the beneficent and non-beneficence.